All right, what is going on, everybody? We're back. Me and Merely, you can't get rid of us. We're back here for the second matchup of the night as we have a banger of a matchup coming your way. Well, hopefully a banger. We'll see, depending on who actually shows up in the lobby here, if it will be a banger. But we got Blizzard, we got Pinnacle, a Season 5 Grand Finals rematch. Merely, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited for this matchup. Unfortunately, like you said, players showing up. We have had a little bit of an issue with that on Blizzard's end of things. It looks like Blizzard will have to use two rival sub-ins actually. So they'll be playing with the roster of. They'll still have Toxic, which is huge for them because Toxic, I mean, honestly, is probably worth like two Titan League players by himself. But then they'll also be playing with Larry and Pharaoh, who are not bad players by any stretch of the imagination. Very solid rivals in the upper echelon over there, and I definitely think that they have a chance at this one, but it's going to be very very difficult for Blizzard to go up against the roster, especially with their full roster now, which Pinnacle hasn't had the entire season. They've had some issues, but this game they will have their full roster with Deluxe, Insanity, and Edwin. So definitely an uphill battle for Blizzard on this one.
Well, Merely, I do gotta say, the last time we also had Pinnacle on stream, they did face some sub-ups against Diversion, and they ended up losing in a 3-0 sweep, which was probably the biggest upset we may have ever seen on the Nemesis stream in that one. So Pinnacle might be a little bit scared of these sub-ups, actually. You know, obviously they're rivaling players, but, you know, to have that in the back of your mind the last time you're on stream to play some rivals could be a little bit sketchy.
You know what, that is true. Maybe this is actually a strategy from Blizzard. Maybe everyone is available to play. Maybe they saw the results of the last match and they thought, well, we found their kryptonite. We found Pinnacle's weakness. It's rival subbins. Maybe they decided to go that route. Either way, you know, I definitely agree. Pinnacle's gonna be thinking in the back of their mind, hoping that history does not repeat itself. But there's no way they get swept by rival subbins two times in a row, right? Like that's not something that could possibly happen.
Hey, I don't know, Merely. I think the Discord may be rocking that way as it is 54-12 in favor of Blizzard taking this matchup. Obviously, I guess they didn't really know who was going to be playing in this matchup, so they don't know. But Merely, who do you have in this one? Is Blizzard going to sweep with rival sub-ups?
I don't think they're gonna sweep the rival sub ups, and if I caster's curse into existence, well, that is truly unfortunate. But I still see Pinnacle taking this pretty comfortably. I think that Blizzard will get a game at least. I'll say a 3-1 to Pinnacle.
All right, well, we will have to find out here as we are getting things underway for game number one, Blizzard versus Pinnacle. Let's get things underway, and as we mentioned, couple of sub-ins here for Blizzard. They have Pharaoh and Larry coming up from Whiteout alongside Toxic. And then on the other side, we have Deluxe, Edwin, and Insanity, who have been the somewhat starting three for Pinnacle. Things have changed a little bit, Miri. I don't know how much you kept up with Pinnacle. I know they are in our org, but they have swapped around a little bit with Gabe, who, you know, for Edwin, who's been working. So it'll be interesting to see, again, how they come out here with their lineup here. Is this one sent down? Edwin just has to redirect it, but he can't. Insanity is there for the shot. He puts it in, and Pinnacle's going to score first.
Okay, and the follow-up is good. That was off a bit of an unfortunate pinch, Larry not taking the best 50 in their half. But yeah, going back to what you were saying, they have tried out with Gabe, and actually Pinnacle has had some pretty decent results with Gabe as well. Edwin is the higher rated player, but they definitely have the ability to play with either roster. They've struggled a little bit sometimes with Edwin. I think there may be some slight rotational mishaps that come their way. He was the player who I believe they were playing with when they did lose to the rival subs. But all three of these guys are really solid players, so if they can figure out how to work around each other, I mean, they really should be able to take this series quite comfortably.
We'll see. But like you said, Toxic, he is a man to watch out for. Man possibly worth multiple Titan players. Even he is just that good. So we got to watch out for him. But you also got to watch out for Deluxe, who's a former Titan League MVP. So he's definitely a scary man on the other side, and Insanity is no slouch himself. As here is Toxic putting it in. Speak his name, and he shall score and tie this game up at one apiece.
Like you said, that's the man you really got to watch out for. This one, just a basic shot, but the placement is pristine. gets it around the last defender, and Blizzard will manage to tie this game up. On Blizzard's side of things, Toxic definitely the win condition for Blizzard, in my opinion, is going to have to be how Larry and Pharaoh can support letting Toxic do what he wants. Because if you give him these opportunities like this one right here, a little bit inaccurate, but you can already see the danger when he is given free realm. He can absolutely pop off. And on the opposite end of things, if you're Pinnacle, you want to shut that down as quickly as possible.
Definitely Toxic, a dangerous man, and we'll see how Larry and Pharaoh play with him. As this one's shot towards the net, Deluxe can't get back, and Toxic is going to get another goal. He's got 2 already.
And a second goal for Toxic. A little bit a risky commit. I don't think he fully committed over there in the corner as third man. I believe that was Deluxe, but he hesitated enough that gave an opening to Blizzard. And Toxic's going to take advantage of that almost every time. And now Blizzard actually up 2-1 in the first game.
Yeah, Blizzard's starting out strong as Larry is off the backboard looking for another touch. And really one thing to note as well as we talked a little bit about Larry and Pharaoh, but they're a dangerous team in the rival league as well, with Larry coming over from a rival to Whiteout, and they have been solid. So I mean, probably 2 of the better guys you could get to sub up for a Titan League match in Larry and Pharaoh.
Yeah, like I said, they're definitely not people who are not going to be able to keep up. We've already seen they look actually like they're fitting into this lobby so far. Just a matter of seeing if that continues through the rest of the series. But they're both top-tier rival players. They've been in there for a while, but the pass play coming out from Pinnacle, that's a nice little sign of life, tying the game up and bringing it back into Blizzard's half.
Yeah, Deluxe just diving up Insanity there, beating out Toxic as the last man, and a nice passing play. And those guys, I know at the start of the season, were slated to be one of those dynamic duos in Titan League, and if Edwin could just fit alongside, it could be wraps for the Titan League, and see why they've been touted as such a dangerous duo with that passing play. As we're tied up at 2-2 here in game 1 as we approach the 2-minute mark. Deluxe keeping it off the sidewall, dropping it down, looking for Insanity again, but Larry's going to shut it down. Here comes Edwin for the shot, but it's denied away. It's Deluxe going to take it back to his corner. Going to take on the dribble there, but he's denied away. Now Pharaoh on the dribble this time, but it's sent back. Toxic caught a little bit out, looking to back pass towards his teammate Edwin, trying to dive in, but Larry, he's going to find it clear. And it's interesting, Maria, to see Toxic still going for those back passes. I know Blizzard, they were all about control and able to keep those plays going, as Insanity is trying to flick it towards the net, but Larry makes a huge save. It's interesting to see that Toxic having that trust in his teammates here with the back pass.
Yeah, but I really like that. Like you said, it shows trust, and it shows that, Toxic isn't scared to try and work with his rival players. I mean, he clearly trusts them enough to send the ball back into their half, and I mean, with what we've seen so far, why wouldn't you? They've been making useful touches for the most part. That one was quite questionable as Larry kind of cut across on what could have been a free possession, but they've looked solid so far. It's just about, once again, keeping up this consistency. We know they have the speed, we know they have the mechanics, but can they keep a read on Pinnacle and stop them from getting this ball rolling down the hill? Only time will tell.
And we've got 35 seconds here. The passing play is going to go to perfection. Toxic finds a hat trick off the pass from Larry.
And there's the trust being built even further. Larry spotting Toxic in the middle, passes it up for him on a platter to get Toxic the hat trick. And wow, I mean, I don't want to say that history is repeating itself. I hope I'm not the one who spoke this into existence, but right now, Blizzard, I mean, they are looking like they are in control of this game at the very least. And right now, it is their game to lose.
Final 30 seconds here. Pinnacle need one to tie this up and at least force overtime. Deluxe on the dribble here. Toxic finds one on a demo on Insanity. Edwin, look at hit off the sidewall. He can't follow, though. Pharaoh wasn't ready for it. Toxic sent it back towards the net. Insanity makes the save. Down in the final 10 seconds here. This ball's sent out. Toxic, he's going to keep it in. Larry going to pop it around one. Deluxe trying to send it out. This ball is up, but it's going to get to the corner. Can Edwin get there in time? Toxic actually going to keep it up in the corner here. Edwin can't get the touch, though, when it falls to the ground. And Blizzard are going to come out here with the 2 rival subs and take game number 1.
And Pinnacle, they got to be having flashbacks right now to that series once again. continue to harp on it, but they've lost to rival sub-ups before, and these guys are looking pretty good. Pharaoh, he's not really shown up on the scoreboard, but he has gotten a few crucial touches. Mostly it's been Larry he has a very chaotic play style, and it seems to have worked well with Toxic in making the plays hard to read for Pinnacle and creating opportunities for Toxic to just come in and clean up really quickly. But Pinnacle here, I mean, it almost looks like they're the slower team in this one. I don't know if it's just me, but they're getting beat to a lot of balls, and it seems like they really can't tell what Blizzard's going to do next.
And merely just insane stat line from the game. 9 shots from Blizzard. Every single one of them was from Toxic. So, I mean, if there's a strategy here, merely, you have to think it's stop letting Toxic do everything for this team and getting all these shots. And, maybe you'll win game 2 and win the series.
I mean, if they can shut Toxic down, that definitely gives them much better odds. Obviously, the star player for this Blizzard roster, and he has proved it in that last game. But if they can shut him down, definitely stand a fighting chance. Let's see how they choose to adapt here in game 2.
And we'll have to see. And might not be a guy you can completely shut down, but if they can at least contain him, limit his opportunities, could give him a great chance here. This ball popped the midfield. Insanity. Nice touch to the corner as Deluxe was looking to follow with it. Pharaoh gonna find a 50. It's Toxic and Larry both going after this one. Larry send this one in off the backboard. It's Toxic sends that one up high. Insanity popping out. Pharaoh gonna find a touch here as Sandy pop this one back up. Dangerous ball. Here comes Larry looking for the shot off the backboard. Edwin with the touch. This Pinnacle is looking to clear this one out. Larry trying to pass it back to Pharaoh. This one sent up. Toxic can't find the read, but Blizzard is putting on a clinic there as that one is going to find off the wall and hit in the back of the net, and Blizzard again takes the lead.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I am just in awe what we are witnessing. It's like Pinnacle is being pressed into a compactor, and the jaws are slowly clamping shut. There's nothing Pinnacle can do to escape. Just when you think that they're finally going to get a chance to send the ball out, the back pass from Blizzard sends the ball back to their half, and they just regain possession instantly. I mean, they're putting on a clinic in terms of showing what to do when you don't want to give the other team pressure. Just have all the pressure yourself. They're doing a phenomenal job so far. If they can keep this up, I mean, this could be really dangerous for Pinnacle.
It's weird to see this Pinnacle struggling, as you'd think, with Insanity and Deluxe, two of the better players in the Titan League, be able to fit in with Edwin. But so far it's Blizzard who has had all the pressure. As Insanity, a bit of a double commit on the backboard, is Toxic trying to find through for a demo. Larry popping up. Deluxe challenged that one, can't find another touch. Larry, he can't connect. Toxic taking to the air, getting it above Insanity, looking for the dunk on Edwin. He takes it all the way. Toxic, what a play.
And the air dribble is just too good. Insanity can't get a read on it, doesn't really force Toxic to do anything, so Toxic's able to maintain perfect control. And Edwin in such a tough spot there, he doesn't know if Toxic's going to try to take it over him, or if he's just going to go straight for the shot, as another one comes in here. Now the entire roster of Blizzard getting one on the board, and they are destroying Pinnacle in this game too.
I mean, this is just about as surprised as it gets, merely. I mean, Pinnacle is just getting run down by Blizzard. I was about to say whiteout for a second. It is 2/3 of whiteout with Pharaoh and Larry. But again, they are no slouches. And Pinnacle now down 3-0, merely. They have to find something to try to regain.
And really, it's hard to know exactly what to do if you're Pinnacle. They're getting outpaced to most balls. They don't really have good control of the midfield. They can hardly even make it to the midfield when they aren't stuck in their half. This is a good sign of life here. But they have to try to regain. I think the main thing for them is going to be regaining control of that boost. Because right now, Blizzard, what's allowing them to stay on offense so much is just these rotations through the back and starving Pinnacle, not able to really push out. And when Pinnacle even can push out, they're not really making it very far because they don't have enough boost to follow through with the plays. But this is a good sign for them. A little bit of extended pressure, although it will be released quickly. Finally some life. Still 2 minutes left, and Pinnacle has to try to come up big here.
And they had a good boost control for a second there as they were starving Blizzard, but Blizzard was able to break out. Now they're back on the offense. This one's sent back. Edwin looking out for Deluxe, who may be looking for Insanity. But he pops it up, going to try to chase it down. Insanity off the sidewall, shooting it towards net, but Larry on the touch, able to connect Edwin to the midfield. Insanity there for the shot. He puts it in, and finally, Pinnacle going to get on the board here.
And finally, I mean, a slight mistake from the Blizzard roster there. Pharaoh just not expecting that much of a pop. And Insanity knew that if the ball was missed, he would have a wide open net. If Pinnacle can continue to try to capitalize on some of these mistakes, force some forced errors as opposed to waiting for unforced errors, then perhaps they can find a way back into this game. As the dribble comes through, that one's going to be open. Deluxe has to get it middle, and Insanity will be there. Now a one-goal game, and Pinnacle are more in this than ever.
Yeah, Deluxe is taking it down the field all the way, and a little bit awkward there to get it middle, but he did what he had to do. Insanity avoiding the demo, and he puts it home, and Pinnacle starting to look a little bit more like themselves here, as we're down to 1:40 remaining in game number 2. Blizzard playing with 2 Rival League subs, trying to pull the upset, and a huge bump comes through, but Deluxe, he's able to get back just in time. In a minute 30 here, Edwin trying to get it around, but it's pinched back in the Pinnacle zone, and now they've maybe got a little momentum going their way here as they're starting to get some good clears and some good follows on offense.
They've at least gotten some time to breathe now. They've managed to release the clamps, if only ever so slightly, as Blizzard is unrelenting with their pressure. But they've managed to get good looks for themselves, score a couple goals. Now a minute left. They just have to score one more to try to bring this to a tie game. And if they can regain control of this game too, then the series is quite far from over.
This is almost a crucial game here as a demo comes through. Edwin killed Larry off the map there. Deluxe 15 down the corner. Larry going to connect. As Blizzard trying to hold on to this ball, but Edwin going to get it by one. Toxic in the midfield. As Larry, he's going to jump after it. Now 30 seconds remaining for Pinnacle. They are down by 1. Can they find a tying goal here? Let's try to tie this series up. As Larry and Insanity going to pinch that one. It's rolling up. It's going to be dangerous here. Here comes Insanity off the backboard. Is there a follow? Deluxe is there, but he can't put it on target. A tough mistake there from him. Is this ball still in the midfield? But Deluxe going to send it back. He's going to try to get a touch into the corner, looking to pinch it down to the middle. Pharaoh, he's going to throw it out of the midfield. That's super dangerous, but Larry, he was ready for it, and now the time ticking away. Pinnacle got to get this ball moving towards the net. Larry is going to get it by 1, and Insanity barely keeps it up. He gets it by another. The ball is there. Can they put a shot on net? No, it's going to get pinched down, and so close for Pinnacle, but Blizzard is going to take a 2-0 series lead.
And, oh man, you really feel like Pinnacle had to hit one of those shots there. Like you said, a crucial game. Now down 0-2 and facing the reverse sweep. And I don't really know what happened. I mean, Deluxe, I think he might have been trying to pass with that backboard read. I find it hard to believe that he just completely missed the net because he's such a consistent player. Maybe some nerves playing a fact, but you know, Pinnacle did come to life in the second half of this game too here. So some good signs there, but really they have to keep pressing the issue because whenever they're getting stuck in their own half and they're giving control to Blizzard, I mean, it looks like Blizzard is a better team, which is, I mean, not an insult at all, but it's crazy to think that the team with 2 rival subs looks more composed and more put together, especially on the offensive side of things.
Yeah, it is a little bit strange to see, but you know, like we said, Pinnacle maybe kind of getting in their own heads a little bit here in this one. Maybe the chemistry just not quite working for these 3, and now merely they are going to have to try to pull off their first week. Maybe they're just playing for content. Who knows here in this one? I'd love to see some content, but yeah, and for Pinnacle, this is a crucial game for them in the race for a potential play-in spot here, as it looks like we're gonna have to remake the lobby there. So they're looking in on the race merely. Blizzard right now, they're sitting in the playoff position at 9-5 in the 5th seed, but Pinnacle, they are like right on the edge there. Like they're kind of in. I guess technically they're 8-7 now after getting a forfeit win over Reapers for Wednesday, but I mean they're literally right on the edge there, being in the play-in tournament or maybe even missing the play-ins altogether.
Yeah, basically only 3 games or 3 series remain for Pinnacle, and they're pretty much all not entirely must wins, but they have to take the wins where they can, and especially in a game like this where you do have two rival subs on the other game, it's going to be very detrimental to the mental of the team if they can't manage to at least get a game here. I mean, that's where it all really starts. With reverse sweeps, we know you have to take it one game at a time. Can't get too far ahead of yourself. But I don't think it's really impossible. We've seen a lot of life from Pinnacle, and we have seen some key mistakes from Blizzard that shows they are vulnerable with this roster. But it really feels like it's more so on Pinnacle to really step up here because it doesn't look like Blizzard's really dropping off in quality anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, Blizzard, they're just solid, and it's interesting to think. I mean, you got the chemistry from White out there with Pharaoh and Larry, so they're used to playing with each other in Toxic. I'm sure merely he's a guy that could just fit right into any lineup there that you throw throw his way, and you can play solidly. So, I mean, they've definitely got a dangerous roster. But Pinnacle, yeah, gonna have to take it one game at a time here and see if they can pull it back. As looks like they are hopping in now to get game number 3 underway, but really just got to take it one game at a time and see if you can pull one off them and then work it back. That's the only way you can do it now.
And the path for a reverse sweep is often filled with tons of obstacles, no less in this series. Let's see what Pinnacle can do as we do head into game number 3 here off the bat. Oh my goodness.
A little bit sketchy there for Pinnacle, but that one's going to go off and still 0-0 here early on. Larry trying to get down in the midfield, going to send it back towards the backboard. Insanity trying to find the read. Larry shooting it towards the net, but not going to go as Deluxe chase this one down. Just a little bit wide. Edwin can try to pinch that one out. It's popping up high. Deluxe to the corner, looking for another read. He can't connect, though, as Larry's going to clear it out. Insanity just waiting back, trying to take on the entire team here as he is stranded in no man's land. And here comes Larry for the shot. He puts it in. And Sandy trying to do everything he can, but it still was not enough.
And I've been trying to put my finger on what the main issue for Pinnacle is on defense. That was a great bump off the rotation. I didn't see quite which Blizzard player it was, but they completely took one player out of the element. But I don't know exactly what it is, but Pinnacle just seems like they're panicking so much on defense in positions where there is threats, but they're ones that they should really be able to deal with quite easily. And there's another miss, unfortunate, from Deluxe, but they haven't really looked like their usual selves. It seems like the mental game is really the one that they're losing right now as Tox putting another one home. And oh boy, this is getting ugly.
Yeah, this is definitely mirrored. I think the mental game is you saw Deluxe miss one, you see Insanity miss one. I mean, I don't know what else you can do about that. That's just mechanical error that you have two guys that don't really make many mechanical errors. So it's you're right. I agree with you. It's very strange to see that Pinnacle is just panicking so much that they double commit again on the back line and a shot attempt coming through. But still 4 minutes left in this game. A lot of time for them to find something. If they can just pull off any sort of momentum, as Toxic is going for a flip reset, trying to take it all the way.
Plenty of time, but they need something to boost their confidence, and they need it as soon as possible. I mean, right now they really don't look like the same players that we've seen for so many seasons. Just absolutely dominating for the most part in the Titan League. As another shot coming through, that one can't be saved, and Insanity can't quite get there. Larry gonna get his second of the game, and Blizzard just continuing their reign of terror.
Yeah, they really are. Just a lot of pressure. I mean, Larry just fitting right in, seemed like a Titan player himself in this lobby. Maybe heading his way up into the Titan League. I wouldn't be surprised. He's been hovering around the top of Rival League, so if he's not in Titan League next season, well, maybe I have to look into him a little bit, but to call him out. But I would think it's more of a compliment than anything, really. He's really playing well here. He's been a top player in Rival League, and he's showing his stuff right here, merely really impressing in this lobby. He scored quite a few goals, and like I said, he's fitting right in.
Absolutely. Quick question, Austin. Was it you and me who casted the last time these guys played as well against the rival Subbins and they lost?
Against Diversion? I know I casted that one. I don't know if you did.
I'm pretty sure I casted that one as well. So I don't think we can ever cast another Pinnacle game again. Okay?
Probably not.
Can we just do that? What was that double tap, by the way? I'm sorry. Like at this point, it almost feels like Blizzard is just running away with this. It looks like there's no chance of them losing. But also wanna shout out Pharaoh for whatever the heck kind of double tap that was. That was something special.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even seen too much from Pharaoh in this series at all, and that one is gonna find its way there. And a nice little passing play though comes out. Pinnacle maybe trying to find a little something there as Insanity and Deluxe they connect yet again, but still down by 3.
And oh man, okay, a little bit of life there. 1 goal, 2 minutes, 24 seconds left. They still have to make up 3 goals. We know it's not impossible at this rate. It is doable, especially if they can get another kickoff goal. Might not be going their way, but actually that one almost sneaks through. Not quite, and Pinnacle still so much work to be done and so little time to do it.
Yeah, really gotta hurry at this point. And merely, I've got good news. Well, maybe good news. I don't know. We did not both cast that one, the Diversion Pinnacle. We probably casted another one where some team just got screwed over by subs. I wouldn't be surprised with the amount of matches we've casted, but fortunately for us, it wasn't the Diversion Pinnacle one. But I was streaming that one, so there is, I guess, some sort of common denominator. As Edwin can take a shot here, put it home, and maybe breaking the curse here, figuring out the puzzle pieces is maybe Pinnacle figuring it out as well.
Yeah, let's not give up all hope for Pinnacle here just yet. Maybe if we continue talking about things that aren't related to the match at all, they'll keep putting in goals, because I would love to see this one go to at least a game 4. Now, a minute 46, 2 goals. Looks a lot more doable. Healthy for the mental. You can manage to make it there. And yeah, obviously neither of us did cast that game, but I think with it being our team, we both really felt that one heavily. As that one hurt quite a bit. I'd love to see Pinnacle try to bring it back here and make something happen as they're gonna get more opportunities like this one.
Yeah, they are trying here. As we're down to a minute, Toxic is taken to another air dribble. When it's sent back, and you'll have to see. It definitely does hurt to get swept by rival subs. Not once, but it could be twice here if they are not able to do it. It's Toxic towards it. Edwin with a nice save on the goal line. As Pharaoh trying to send it back. This one pinched down, Insanity trying to chase it. But Deluxe, he sends that one back into Pharaoh. Taking his time, going to find a bang. Deluxe trying to stop it, but it's just right to Toxic and Pharaoh as that one just goes in, and Pinnacle, both defenders jump, and the patient game pays off for Blizzard.
And oh man, it might just be over. I mean, I can understand why both the players pre-jump there. They're expecting a laser of a shot. They don't want to get scored on once again with 48 seconds left, but a good pass there from Blizzard. They're able to break it through, and you know, maybe this is just a season of the sub-ups. I don't know, man. A novice sub-up won in a Titan game. There's now, assuming this game goes through, 2 rival sub-in sweeps with 2 rival subs. I mean, I just don't really know what's going on this season. We're seeing some crazy results I feel like we've never seen before.
I mean, maybe this is what happens really when you get the biggest Nemesis season ever. You know, most teams ever in Titan League, as they're finally up to 16, with the play-in tournament looming, and it's just some crazy results as Deluxe's trying to get one back off the backboard. Insanity is denied away. And yeah, I don't know. It's just been a crazy season, really, and really we're not done yet, as we're just about rounding up the regular season. But I mean, the stakes are still high, and that is a tough loss to bear for Pinnacle, as again they get swept by rival subs, and it's just painful to see as the GM for sure.
Yeah, and as the assistant to the assistant of the assistant general manager, it's also pains me to see Pinnacle go out this way, especially since I know that they are such a fantastic team. I mean, all of these players, Insanity, Deluxe, and Edwin, really top tier players in the rival or Titan. Oh Lord, in the Titan League. But yeah, I don't really know what happened. Seems like their weakness is playing against rival league subs. So, you know, with that being said, luckily, well, hopefully, the other teams don't decide to put in rival subs, so that we can maybe take a few dubs on our way out into the play-ins and playoffs.
True. I mean, we'll have to see. It's a tough one for Pinnacle, but they still have a chance to regain. I think they're still going to be in the play-in race at 8-8. That's usually gotten teams into the play-ins around a 500 record. 9-9 seems to have been the lower limit. I think there was only one team ever that was 9-9 or better that missed the play-ins, and that was way back in season 5. So, if Pinnacle's able to end up at 500, they should be able to make their way into the play-ins. So have no fear for them. I'm not as concerned as maybe you could be, but I mean, Blizzard a solid performance as they're looking for the back-to-back championship run, and that would be crazy if they were able to pull off the three-peat. Obviously, some tough contenders in the Titan League, but we'll have to see how it's going to turn out. But that is, I think, looks like we may be getting an interview in here, as we got Toxic in the booth. Toxic, what is going on, my man? Congratulations on the sweep.
Thank you. I don't know. That was crazy. Apparently, my teammates are insane.
Your teammates were a little bit insane there. You're playing with 2 rival league sub-ups there. Obviously, not quite the lineup you're used to playing with. What was it kind of like to, have to adapt with your new teammates there?
We just kind of said what we wanted to do. We had a little game plan in mind, and yeah, we just kind of showed up.
Hey, well, you guys definitely showed up there.
Definitely showed up.
They definitely did show up for sure with the 3-0 sweep, and I mean, just an impressive performance. You guys are now sitting at 10-5 on the season, looking like you're going to possibly clinch a playoff spot there. Are you happy with where you're sitting right now in that playoff picture at that 5th seed?
I guess we don't really worry about regular season. All we care about is making it to playoffs and then performing there.
That's definitely a fair show and a solid strategy. Merely, you got any questions for Toxic here?
Yeah, I just want to say, I mean, off the bat, it looked like your guys' synergy, you, Pharaoh, and Larry, it looked like the synergy was almost automatic. I mean, right off the bat from game 1, we could see you guys backpassing to each other, trusting you to commit, with very few like communication errors. It seemed like. Have you guys played before, or was this your first time ever playing together? Because if so, I mean, that's wild.
Well, me and Max have played with Larry before, and he's pretty nuts. And I think they're teammates, right?
Yeah.
Him and
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess they have some sort of synergy, but I just kind of try to play around them, and we did really well.
I think I would say you guys did pretty well myself. That was a fantastic showing, and showing some depth there to the whiteout roster. I mean, Blizzard obviously is scary to make into playoffs, but I think after watching that, I'm more scared if I'm in the rival league and I have to go up against whiteout. But either way, fantastic performance. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that was Toxic from Blizzard. Thank you to him for giving us his time and letting us interview him. And congratulations on the dub. And I mean, impressive performance merely by them. They're looking dangerous in the Titan League. I mean, if they could do that with 2 players, 2 rival league sub-ins, I mean, who knows what they're doing with their main roster now to get to 10-5? Is like we said, they're looking for the back-to-back. The 3-peat is still on the table.
Yeah, I feel like Blizzard off the draft, everyone looked at Toxic and Mad Max and thought, okay, these guys are gonna crush again. Obviously, even without Soars, I mean, that duo is so deadly. And then they kind of had a slow start to the season, not really finding the best results. But now they are looking like they're dominating once again, and they definitely look like they can contend in the playoffs. Obviously, some very tough competition in their way, but I could see these guys making a pretty deep run, and I hope we do get to see them make a deep run, because it's always a treat to watch them.
Yeah, definitely some solid players there. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see where Blizzard's going to end up. They're probably going to be making that playoff push there, probably around that 5th seed, maybe even. I guess I can't remember if they're in the Kraken's division, but they'll be pushing in that playoff position for one of those wildcard spots. So we'll definitely be seeing them around. But yeah, quick couple shout outs. Shout out to C Money if you didn't get shout out already for the 27 months. And also shout out to Intense Threat for the 8 months. We'll be seeing him in the next matchup. And I linked it down below because I was gonna bring it up when you say we should start talking about random things while that match is going on. But we got some Nemesis merch going on. I brought the sweatshirt back. If you guys are interested, the link is down below. There's a lot of cool things on the store. I know a lot of people have copped some stuff. Some stuff has come in. I know Krippus got some items there. I think Owen copped a sweatshirt as well. So if you guys are interested, go check out the merch store below. A lot of cool items. We're planning to add some more stuff eventually as well. We're going to start getting into some org stuff and some team stuff eventually. So if you guys are interested, go check out a lot of cool stuff on the store. You guys can support us and get some cool Nemesis merch on the same way. So, but yeah, that is going to wrap it up for us in this matchup. We have one more, a banger of a matchup, a battle for the 1 seed between Pawns and Whelps. It should be another good one. Both teams 10-4, and they're looking to be the first team to clinch a play-in spot and maybe even a playoff spot. So make sure you guys stick around for that one. We're going to have Psychonautic and Speed Demon up in the booth for that one. So we will take a short break, but make sure you guys stick around, get ready, and we'll see you guys in a few minutes.